My name is Ethan Harper. I'm 38 years old, and until 6 months ago, I thought I had the perfect life. A beautiful wife, Sarah, who'd been my high school sweetheart, two amazing kids, our daughter Mia, 10, and our son Lucas, 8. A nice house in the suburbs, good jobs, me as a project manager in tech, her as a marketing coordinator. We weren't rich, but we were comfortable, happy, or so I thought. It started with little things. Sarah getting home later from work events, her phone always face down, password changed, more girls' nights out than usual. I brushed it off at first. Midlife stuff, maybe she needed space. But one night, when she was in the shower, her phone buzzed nonstop. I shouldn't have looked, but I did. Texts from a number saved as Jenna Work, except they weren't from a Jenna. Explicit messages, photos, plans to meet at hotels. The affair had been going on for 8 months with her boss, Mark, a divorced guy in his 40s who everyone at her company knew was a player. I didn't confront her right away. I was devastated, furious, but exploding would give her the upper hand. She'd spin it, make me the bad guy, maybe even try to take the kids. No, I needed to be smart, patient, like the original story that inspired so many of us, the one where the betrayed plays the long game. First, I quietly gathered evidence. I made copies of the texts, emails, hotel receipts I found in her car. I installed a VAR in her car, legal in our one-party consent state, and got recordings of her phone calls with him, laughing about how I'd never suspect, how she was bored in our marriage. I hired a PI for a couple of weeks to get photos of them together. Ironclad proof. Then I consulted a lawyer, top family law shark in town, recommended by a friend who'd been through a nasty divorce. We mapped it out. In our state, infidelity doesn't directly affect asset division, no fault, but it can influence custody if it impacts the kids, and more importantly, it can sway alimony and how generous the settlement looks. But the real play was psychological. Sarah had been dropping hints about needing space, complaining about how I was too focused on work, how we never did anything exciting anymore. She was laying the groundwork to leave, I realized, probably planning to move in with Mark once she had a soft landing. So I beat her to it. I acted broken, depressed, started therapy. Real, actually, it helped me process the rage. Told her I felt our marriage was struggling too, that maybe we needed a separation to work on ourselves. She lit up like I'd handed her a gift. "I've been feeling the same," she said, hugging me with fake tears. Inside, I was ice. My lawyer drafted a separation agreement that sounded incredibly generous to her. She got the house, with me paying the mortgage for a year to ease the transition, primary custody of the kids, with me having generous visitation and paying above-guideline child support, a lump sum alimony payout of $150,000 from my 401k, and half the savings. In exchange, I got my personal belongings, my car, and minimal support obligations afterward. It looked like I was rolling over, giving her everything to avoid a fight. She signed it eagerly, no pushback. Her lawyer, some cheap guy Mark probably recommended, glanced at it and said it was a great deal for her. She thought she'd won the lottery, free house, money, kids mostly with her, and freedom to be with her lover without looking like the bad guy. We moved me into an apartment. The kids were confused, but okay. I made sure to be the stable, fun dad on my weekends. Sarah wasted no time. Mark started staying over. The kids mentioned Uncle Mark helping with homework, sleeping in mommy's room. It killed me, but I stayed calm, documented everything. 3 months in, with the separation agreement filed and divorce proceedings underway, uncontested, fast-tracked, I started phase 2, controlled exposure. First, the kids. Mia, being older, was picking up on things. One weekend, she asked why mommy had a new boyfriend so fast. I didn't badmouth Sarah. I just said, sometimes adults make mistakes that hurt the family. but I love you both no matter what. Then I showed Mia, carefully edited, some texts where Sarah said she was unhappy long before the separation. Planted the seed that mommy wasn't perfect. Lucas was younger, so I kept it lighter, but both started preferring time with me. They saw Sarah distracted, always on her phone, snapping at them when Mark was around. Next, family and friends. Sarah's parents adored me, called me the son they never had. Her sister was my kid's favorite aunt. I started with subtle drops, a sad comment to her mom. I wish Sarah had talked to me before things got this bad. Then, when her dad asked why we separated, I said, she met someone else. I didn't want to fight. It would hurt the kids. I had the evidence ready, but didn't blast it yet. Her family was shocked. Conservative folks, they believed in marriage. They confronted Sarah. She denied at first, said I was making it up because I was bitter. But then I sent her mom the mildest proof, a photo of Sarah and Mark kissing in a car, time-stamped before our separation. Boom. Her family turned. Her mom cried on the phone to me. How could she do this to you and the grandkids? They stopped taking her calls for a while. Her sister posted vague Facebook rants about family betrayers. Mutual friends heard the real story from me, calmly, sadly, and drifted away from Sarah. She became the villain, the wife who cheated and blew up a perfect family. Mark's ex-wife got wind too. Anonymous tip with proof. She wasn't thrilled about him shacking up with a married mom. Custody shifted fast. The kids told the guardian ad litem, appointed because Sarah contested my push for more time, that they felt ignored at mommy's, that Mark yelled sometimes. Combined with evidence of the affair starting while we were together, showing poor judgment, the judge awarded me primary custody. Sarah got weekends and some holidays. Child support flipped. She pays me now. The divorce finalized last month. She kept the house, but with the mortgage solely in her name now. And Mark bailed when the drama hit. Didn't want the baggage of a home wrecker label. She's struggling to pay it alone on her salary. The alimony lump sum, gone fast on lawyer fees and starting over. Her family barely speaks to her. Holidays are awkward. They come to my place for the kids. Me? I met someone amazing 6 months ago. A single mom from the kids' school. She's kind, stable, fun. The kids love her. We're taking it slow, but for the first time in years, I'm genuinely happy. Thriving at work, great relationship with my children, supportive family, hers and mine. Sarah texts sometimes, apologetic, wanting to co-parent better, or hinting at reconciliation. I gray rock. Polite, business only. She got what she thought was a great deal. Freedom, assets, minimal consequences. But her greed and lies turned everyone against her. She's alone, struggling, painted as the villain in her own story. And me? I played the long game, quietly, patiently. The best revenge isn't explosion. It's letting them hang themselves while you build a better life. If you're reading this and going through something similar, get evidence. Get a good lawyer. Stay calm. Living well with your kids happy and your dignity intact is the ultimate